A powerful new storm system, Tropical Storm Melissa, is rapidly developing in the heart of the Caribbean Sea, its swirling clouds stretching for hundreds of miles across the warm, open waters. This sudden formation is drawing urgent attention from meteorologists and weather experts around the world, who are closely monitoring every shift in the storm's path and intensity. With atmospheric conditions ripe for rapid intensification, Melissa has the potential to transform into a major hurricane within a matter of hours, threatening vulnerable island nations with destructive winds, relentless downpours, and dangerous storm surges. The storm's slow, unpredictable movement is especially concerning for local communities. It could linger over land for days, dramatically increasing the risk of catastrophic flooding, mudslides, and widespread damage to homes and infrastructure. As of Wednesday, October 22, 2025, Melissa is still gathering strength, but every passing hour sees it fueled by the unusually warm ocean waters, growing more powerful and more organized. Across the Caribbean, millions of residents are watching the skies and preparing for the worst, boarding up windows, stocking up on emergency supplies, and making evacuation plans, knowing that the window for action is closing fast. The big question on everyone's mind: will Melissa curve harmlessly out to sea, sparing the islands, or will it carve a path of destruction through some of the region's most vulnerable communities? Forecast models are still uncertain, but many warn that this storm could become one of the most memorable hurricanes in recent years, making preparation and vigilance absolutely critical for everyone in its potential path. Local officials and community leaders are working tirelessly to ensure that everyone in the potential impact zones understands the risks, has access to reliable information, and knows exactly what to do if the situation worsens. The story of Melissa is just beginning, and the next few days will be crucial in determining its ultimate impact on the Caribbean and beyond. Stay alert, stay informed, and be ready to act. Tropical Storm Melissa demands our full attention and vigilance as it continues to evolve. To truly understand the threat posed by Melissa, it's essential to break down the difference between a tropical storm and a hurricane. These terms are often used interchangeably, but they represent very different levels of danger and potential impact. Tropical storms are powerful weather systems with sustained winds of at least 39 miles per hour. They can unleash heavy rain, cause flooding, and bring gusty winds that disrupt daily life. Streets can quickly become rivers, and power outages are common even at this stage. But when those winds intensify to 74 miles per hour or more, the system is officially classified as a hurricane. Hurricanes are ranked from Category 1 to Category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale, which measures their sustained wind speeds and potential for destruction. Even a Category 1 hurricane can tear shingles from roofs, topple trees, and knock out power lines, leaving neighborhoods in the dark and causing significant property damage. At the other end of the scale, Category 5 hurricanes are rare but devastating, with winds exceeding 157 miles per hour. These storms can flatten entire communities, uproot massive trees, and leave behind catastrophic destruction that takes years to recover from. Right now, meteorologists are closely monitoring Melissa as it gathers strength. Forecast models suggest it could soon cross the threshold into hurricane status, and there's a real possibility it could reach Category 3 or higher, a major hurricane capable of widespread damage. The leap from tropical storm to major hurricane isn't just a technical upgrade. It means a dramatic increase in destructive power, with the potential for life-threatening winds, storm surge, and flooding. That's why, when we talk about Tropical Storm Melissa, we're not just discussing a passing weather event. We're talking about a storm that could change lives, disrupt communities, and test the resilience of everyone in its path. The tropical storm label only describes Melissa's current status. What truly matters is the forecast, and the potential for rapid intensification as conditions become more favorable for strengthening. That's why Caribbean residents are strongly urged to take action now. Preparing before the winds pick up gives families and communities the best chance to stay safe and minimize damage. Every step taken today, whether it's securing windows, gathering emergency supplies, or making a family plan, is preparation for the hurricane Melissa is likely to become, not just the storm it is now. Don't wait for the official upgrade to hurricane status. The time to act is now, while there's still time to get ready and protect what matters most. Here's the latest on Tropical Storm Melissa, a system that's quickly becoming the center of attention in the Atlantic hurricane season. The storm officially formed just yesterday in the southern Caribbean, rapidly organizing from a cluster of thunderstorms into a named tropical storm. As of this hour, Melissa is positioned about 300 miles south-southwest of Port-au-Prince, Haiti, putting it well within range of several vulnerable island nations. What's especially concerning is Melissa's sluggish pace, moving at just 2 mph. This slow movement means the storm could linger over warm waters, increasing the risk of heavy rainfall, flooding, and extended impacts for communities in its path. Right now, sustained winds are near 50 mph, which is already strong enough to generate dangerous seas, rough surf, and gusty winds along the coastlines. Mariners and coastal residents should be on high alert. But the real story is the forecast. Melissa is expected to intensify further, likely reaching hurricane strength by early Saturday. If that happens, it would become the fifth Atlantic hurricane of 2025, a significant milestone for the season. Forecast models are in strong agreement that Melissa's path and slow speed set the stage for rapid intensification. Projections show the storm approaching Jamaica as a hurricane this weekend, raising concerns for the island and surrounding areas. By early next week, Melissa could strengthen even further, potentially reaching major hurricane status as a Category 3 storm, with the potential for destructive winds and heavy rain. The environment is primed for explosive development. Sea surface temperatures are well above average, and wind shear remains low, both of which are ideal conditions for rapid strengthening. So while Melissa's current state is just a snapshot, all signs point to a storm that's ready to intensify quickly and dramatically in the coming days. For now, the focus remains on its imminent intensification and the growing threat to the Central Caribbean, including Jamaica, Haiti, and the surrounding islands. Stay tuned for frequent updates as Melissa evolves. This is a storm you'll want to keep a close eye on. Hurricanes are heat engines, powered by warm ocean water. Melissa is drawing energy from Caribbean waters in the upper 80s, prime fuel for rapid growth. As water evaporates and condenses in the storm, it releases heat, spinning up the winds. Wind shear, changes in wind speed or direction, can slow a storm's growth, but Melissa's shear is expected to drop soon. When that happens, the brakes come off, and Melissa could intensify rapidly. Meteorologists warn Melissa could jump from tropical storm to major hurricane in just days. If it stays over deep, warm water, Category 4 or even 5 isn't out of the question. That's why ocean temperatures and wind patterns are watched so closely. All signs point to dangerous strengthening. Melissa's engine is about to roar. The Caribbean must prepare for a much more powerful storm. Forecasting Melissa's path is a major challenge. Computer models show two main scenarios. A stronger storm could move north and east, crossing Hispaniola and weakening over its mountains. This would spare the Bahamas and U.S. East Coast, but devastate Hispaniola. If Melissa stays weaker and moves west, it could linger over warm waters, grow stronger, and then get pulled north by the jet stream. That track threatens Cuba and possibly the U.S. East Coast. Small changes in the storm or jet stream timing could shift the path by hundreds of miles. That's why everyone from the Caribbean to the U.S. East Coast needs to monitor updates closely. For now, the immediate threat is to the Central Caribbean islands. The long-range forecast is uncertain, so vigilance is essential. Stay informed. Melissa's next move could affect millions. Jamaica, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic face the most immediate danger from Melissa. The storm's slow pace means days of relentless rain, 5 to 10 inches, with up to 18 inches in mountainous areas. This will trigger life-threatening flash floods and mudslides, especially in deforested regions like Haiti. Rivers will overflow, isolating communities and turning streets into torrents. As Melissa strengthens, hurricane-force winds could reach 100 mph, tearing roofs and snapping power lines. Coastal areas face storm surge and massive waves, causing erosion and flooding. The triple threat: inland flooding, destructive winds, and coastal inundation. Preparations are underway, and international aid groups are on alert. For these nations, Melissa could be a nightmare scenario. The time to act is now to minimize disaster. As Melissa's threat grows, official watches and warnings are in place. A hurricane watch covers southern Haiti. Residents must prepare for hurricane-force winds and flooding this weekend. Jamaica is under a tropical storm watch, with dangerous rain and gusty winds expected. These alerts are crucial. Begin final preparations, secure your home, and have an evacuation plan. Listen to local officials for instructions. Watches and warnings save lives by giving you time to act. Take them seriously. Your safety depends on it. While the Caribbean is in immediate danger, the U.S. East Coast is watching Melissa closely. If the storm gets pulled north by the jet stream, it could bring heavy rain and strong winds to the East Coast around Halloween weekend. Even without a direct landfall, coastal flooding and travel disruptions are possible. Florida's southern tip is most at risk if Melissa turns north, but the Gulf Coast should be protected by upper-level winds. For now, it's a wait-and-see situation. No need for alarm, but stay aware. Make sure your hurricane kit is ready and check forecasts daily. Forecasts beyond 5 days have high uncertainty, so stay tuned for updates. We'll know more by this weekend. Until then, our thoughts are with those in the Caribbean. Melissa is a stark reminder. The Atlantic hurricane season runs through November 30th, and October is often active. Don't let your guard down. Complacency can be deadly. Always have a disaster plan and supply kit ready. Food, water, medications, and a radio for updates. Know your evacuation zone and risk for flooding or wind damage. If told to evacuate, do so immediately. Most hurricane deaths are from flooding, not wind. Secure your property and stay informed through trusted sources like the National Hurricane Center. Avoid rumors and check for official updates regularly. Preparedness is power. Understand the risks, have a plan, and stay alert. We'll keep you updated as Melissa develops. Stay safe and ready for whatever this hurricane season brings.